And what we find out, since that day, we find that more people start to talk about the corruption in the police. Well, with the people them that talk about it from a long time, because that is why the police, the information that the police need in a certain community, them can't get it because the people them don't trust the police. And the people them have been saying that over the years. Now we say, man like you and others are come out now and say, there is a problem with the corruption of the police force. So, why is it so difficult for, like the Minister of Security and the Prime Minister and the government, why is it so difficult for them to understand that one of the chief problems, the wall that is between trying to alleviate the problem and make the problems there is that the police force need to clean up? Why is it so difficult for them to understand that? This is MUTABARUKA. We want to present to you a wholesome kind of level of consciousness right now. So, subscribe and tell your friend them. This is MUTABARUKA. On the line here, Keith Gardner. For those of you who don't know who Keith Gardner is, I will tell you, he was the Assistant Commissioner of Police, retired now Attorney of Law, Director of Security for the University of the West Indies. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Stephen Razor.
you know me call you by your right name.
You were from there, you were on the same side of North Street as I was, just Blake Road and Tex Lane, and I'm up on you.
You're serious? You're serious?
But of course.
All right, we want to tell the people them say, a whole time Trinity this, police that was feared by criminals all over Jamaica.
Yes, indeed.
All right, me could get into it now. Past Assistant Commissioner, you see where I go on now. Is there any difference between when you was Police Commissioner and now? I mean, in terms of criminal activities?
From time to time, Muta. We used to have crime waves, right? In the earlier days, when you were going to school, you hear about a crime wave, crime escalate, and then there are measures, maybe stopgap measures, and it decreases, and so on. Now, you don't have crime waves anymore. You have a constant flow of crime across Jamaica. And the nature of it is of such that it diminishes even the toughest of persons, right? Attacks against young girls and the misogyny against women. And the sheer brutality, with which the murders are committed, beheading and that sort of thing. Yeah. So the cries of the people are out there. And it is going up to the Father, and it is time for something positive to be done now to ameliorate all of this. All
right. As we say, as a past Assistant Commissioner, I have to make people know that, and you know that. Yes. Trinity was a feared policeman all over Jamaica. When criminal hear the name Trinity, is like, yeah, all right, no, we're not going to make him come in over here, we have to start on Christian. So, if in a year time, the criminal, they fear the Assistant Commissioner, so it would appear to me that it's either that different breed of people, or is that there's no one there that command that fear when them hear a commissioner name or assistant commissioner. There's no one there that command that, respect and fear in the hearts of the people. Why is that?
Let me tell you something. First of all, in the 60s, and don't forget that in 1976 alone, twice as many policemen were killed than was the case last year. 13 policemen were killed. I was shot down seriously during that year. Yes. But the kind of criminals that you had at that time, Muta, you would have recalled Dennis Bart, Copper, Morrison, and them guys who had escaped from death row, right? And were really wreaking havoc. I've often said that Copper's mantra was that, well, the only people in uniform that him like was doctors and nurses, right? No, honestly. But those were callous guys. But callousness wasn't the order of the day. I remember in those days I could line up 25 men, each holding out the other in the waist. And it was a state of emergency, right? Remember now. So we had special powers. And take them to station, process them. Those who were innocent, we let them go. And the hard heads, we would take in. I remember... one of the times, we had a group of men along Olympic Way, and one man was at the head of the 25, and he said, listen, I don't know about but I'm going to make a dash for it, as well as reach the corner, my old drive. Yeah. And the man holding him say, well, listen, you can't stay there, hold on there, you know, because it's a Trinity bullet, them take corner. So, you know, that was the legend.
It's like a missile. It's like your bullet is like a missile.
Yeah, you know, so people really, and I never really had to use deadly force at the time because the reputation assisted.
Yes,
so people hearing about this now, not going to take any chance. They're kind of different here now, whereby the people are younger, right? They weren't exposed to any nurturing, and they start off from the younger days. I don't know, Muta, to what extent you have been in the inner city, especially around Trenchtown and Rima, Wilton Gardens, and them places where you see the little girls carrying baby. If one of them from 12 come up, 2, 3 children behind them and thing, and them don't know where them baby father is. The baby father themselves are 15, 16-year-old, and the only thing they know is about the gun and violence. You know? So it's a different kind of thing. And I'm cold because the young man said, listen, I'll make some up tonight, you know. Right? They used to talk.
So like you're up to date, man. You're up to date, man. So like you're up to date.
I'm a man who go in Trenchtown regular, you know. I used to go down there every year and when I had my security company, I'm fully chucked by 100-pounder flour and tin oil, big tin oil, and me and my children, them, and we go and give everybody a bag of this and let have some money and thing. I still go up there sometimes, 13th Street, 14th Street, them guys wear chicken and, you know, sit down and all of vibes. So I know what is happening.
When me I tell you something, Trinity, when me and you tell me hear the name Trinity, I'm afraid to. I mean, never did that do that.
Well, I tell you something, you know, Muta. Sometimes I have been at the stage that I am now, at my age and thing, and I look back at some of the things that I do. I say, boy, it's crazy because sometimes I chasing some gunman, and believe me, without a single thought about what can happen to me. And that was what happened to me in Rima, chasing a man and him going in a room and I start kick off every door. And by the time I reach the 3rd floor, it's like to open fire. And before I know it, 4 of my teeth them lick out and the man behind me get a shot in the belly and jump the 3-story floor down into the thing there. Down on the ground and thing. I had to, you know, race and hold on upon him, put him in the Jeep and drive go Kingston Public where I pass out. So it's them kind of thing going, you know what is hurtful? Where I was shot, I was born only about 100 yards from there. You understand? So
Which part?
No, at 4th Street there, in Winter Garden. I remember I born at 1630 Trenchtown. You know? Right? And stuff. So that is the kind of situation. So these guys nowadays, as I say now, them man ain't water. When them man get high, first of all, them man drink white rum straight because we used to know all the substance that them use to preserve dead. That's what the man them drink, right?
Embalming fluid.
Yeah, and them when them wrap the weed now, them wrap it in them use grabber, and some of the grabber is soaking and redering and things. So you know when the man draw that, you know, and
them feel like them invincible.
We're not talking about the use of coke and all them things there, where they might use a season split. So some mad people are not taking talk.
Them feel invincible, man.
No, a man sit down and drink, come in a bar and sit down, and him sit down and drink 2 rounds of liquor and just pop off, right? And before you know it, 4 man dead, including, and 5 man dead, including himself. So that's the kind of thing where we're looking at. A man kill a man and cut off him head.
And still have the face.
And then the little pit in them out there run up and down with it. That's the kind of thing where we have, and we're talking about facts.
All right, let me ask you something now. No, you see, we say, if you was the assistant, if you was the commissioner of police now, what would you do, or what would you suggest now to the present people them who is in charge for really a long-term stemming of this crime?
I'm going to answer your question, Muta, but if you know me, I always like set the pace to answer the question.
Okay.
First of all, I must establish my qualification to answer such a question. I was assistant commissioner of police in charge of operations in the commissioner's office for Jamaica. I reported to a deputy commissioner, right? And on occasions, every man would go up and report what transpired the night before and thing. One time I go into the commissioner's office, that time Mr. Forbes was commissioner. And I asked him, I said, you send a detective to be in charge of a certain critical police area and thing. And boy, boss, he asked for my opinion. I tell you, I question that. Why? And the man reaching him, drawing him, right on top, draw out a list of every officer in the force and say, look at this. Which one would you send? And believe you me, Muta, I was quiet because man at that point. If to come back to your question now, if I were a commissioner of police, and let me tell you this, those days are long past. Those ambitions have died. I'm no longer interested in becoming commissioner. I'm just being vociferous because I, like other members of civil society, I'm fed up with what is happening, right? Were I to become commissioner, the first task would be to clean up the force. Too often, police commissioners come in and they tell you what their doctrine is, what their mission is, and they tell you about corruption and we're going to clean up the force, and how many police officers you see them dismissed. So the first challenge was to target those who we have intelligence on that are involved in criminal activities, present the evidence, because listen, there's a public interest aspect of policing, you know, where you retire man in the public interest. And I've seen them retire deputy commissioner of police, superintendents of police, and that hasn't been done in the longest while. That kind of thing must be generated by the public service and by the police commissioner who forward the evidence to the Police Services Commission, who do not act sua motu. I've said they don't act on their own motu. The Services Commission can't say, listen, I'm going to fire Keith Gardner from the force, you know. No, it must be actuated by the commissioner who report that this man is involved in nefarious activities, you know. And this is the evidence, that is the evidence. And I think that him should be retired in the public interest. The rule of natural justice applies. Them call you, them point out the things to you, and give you an opportunity to be heard, and make a determination. You're out. You have, of course, recourse, right? You can always apply to the Jamaica Privy Council, and the Constitution makes allowance for that and thing. And if they think that it was unfair and unjust, then they get back to work. But I think right now, too much friendship going on in this thing, and man covering up for man, and the time has come now, like, for men like me to talk.
Yeah.
I just want to present one example to you.
Yeah.
I was in Era 1 as Assistant Commissioner of Police for Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, right? And I got information that a certain police officer was corrupt to the bone. I took him off frontline duties and have him doing station guard at Era 1. And I went away. I went on leave for about 6 days. And as soon as I leave, they put back the man on frontline duty. You know what happened? Police from another jurisdiction set up a roadblock and hold him with 4 illegal guns. And there's evidence to suggest that he must take it to the stone crushers. Right? He's in prison now doing about 12 years and he should be doing 24. Right? So that is the sort of thing that we need to deal decisively with. All the senior police officers who have evidence that policemen are involved in criminal activities. And usually them don't just get up to them and say, I'm going to do it, you know. Somewhere along the line, they have displayed that those traits to dishonesty. For I've suggested that even at training school, you must start look out for them. Yeah. Right? And that is the gist of the matter.
All right. You know, Trinity, a former commissioner, I think it's Dr. Carl Williams, when he was demeting office, him say one of his greatest disappointment was that him couldn't get to clean up the police force more. And what we find out, since that day, we find that more people start to talk about the corruption in the police force. With the people that talk about it from a long time, because that is why the police, the information that the police need in a certain community, them can't get it because the people them don't trust the police. And the people them have been saying that over the years. Now we say, man like you and others are come out now and say, there is a problem with the corruption in the police force. So, why is it so difficult for, I mean, like the Minister of Security and the Prime Minister and the government, why is it so difficult for them to understand that one of the chief problems, the wall that is between trying to alleviate the problem and make the problems there is that the police force need to clean up? Why is it so difficult for them to understand that?
Muta.
Yes.
It's not just now I talking about police corruption and leaking out against it, you know. If you look at the Gardner archives, 1999, while I was at the Cable studying law, I wrote a damning article, you know, deal decisively under the caption, deal decisively with corruption. No. And that was over a decade and a half ago. Right? So it's not now. The last substantive post I held in the Jamaica Constable was the Assistant Commissioner in charge of disciplinary matters, right? So I deal with discipline. When a man is accused of murder, for example, and the file is sent on to DPP, and the DPP rule that the thing is not substantiated and thing should either be sent to coroners or whatever. Or in instances where policemen are reported to be involved in criminal activities, whether it's physical force that is undue against a citizen or not. The DPP might suggest that there's no criminal charge founded, this must be dealt with departmentally. The files are sent to me, right, and I draft the suggested charges and recommend to the commissioner that these charges be made against this constable or this officer, right? I have yet to see any of them going down. Of course, against sub-officers where court of inquiries and so on are sometimes instituted. Yeah. But in terms of officers going to service commission and being retired in the public interest for corrupt activity or for not doing malfeasance or misfeasance in office, I don't know of any that has been sent from the service. I remember one last one was Albert Richard, who was a superintendent of detective superintendent of police, and I'm going to call the other people because they're alive. That is what we want to see. We need to send a message. The commissioner's talking about them never getting any chance to do that. That is a fallacy. Right? Send the report and send the men down to the service. You know what we're blaming the service commission? We don't give them the work to do, and then when you give them the work to do and they don't do it, they're criticized. Unless those charges are sent down to them and they're allowed to convene, because they are the ones who are responsible for appointing commissioners, for dealing with discipline in the police force and so on. If you don't give them the grounds on which to found the charges or inquire into the charges, why turn around and blame them? It creates a misunderstanding or lack of understanding of the role of the Services Commission.
All right. Indicom. You think that Indicom is an obstacle in the work where the policeman supposed to do?
Let me tell you something, Muta. As a crime fighter, and I was alone. My best friend, my sidekick, started in 1976. Remember, I joined in 72. When I was sent to commissioner's office and that Natura squad, I met my best friend and fearless crime fighter, Mr. Osborne, right? And we together did a lot of work. This man was never recognized. I mean, I've been given the Medal of Gallantry, Medal for Meritorious Service, and Mr. Osborne has not been acknowledged to this day by any government. The work that I have done and been given credit to, I could never have accomplished it without him. So I want to really shout him out and pay respect to him. But the point I'm making is that, things and times have changed, right? And whoever is going to be commissioner now, we have proven and demonstrated to the public that we lack the will to deal with this thing.
You're talking about the police force? You're talking about the police force?
Yes, within the force. Everybody, the squad thing. But this man is my squad. And by the time I had 10 years in the service, all of my squad mates had gone, So I don't really have any squad. And I was never a popular man within the force because I was a disciplinarian. If you're an officer, you must take command of your division and do the things that are necessary. I was an avowed supporter of Mr. Aquila, and he's a good man. Nobody can doubt that. Nobody can say he's corrupt, right? But all I'm saying is that his Christian attitudes led him to read the Beatitudes, right? And not to be assertive in taking action. Nobody suggests, and those times are long gone.
Trinity. Trinity, he's a poet, man.
No, you can't go to
Christian attitude.
The Bishop Houston and Douglas Forrest are not their point. I learned from people like you as well.
That's funny. Repeat that again. It's Christian attitude. Make him read the Beatitude.
Yes.
I was not able to.
Muta, you're too young to know about Bishop Lawrence. He was a corporal of police, but he traveled in Bible. Right? And police trench on here alone, in uniform. I when him catch you doing something wrong, at that time, ganja was mandatory. 18 months if you caught smoking it. Him not going to lock you up. Him call you and read the scripture to you and make you say the Lord's Prayer. Sometimes on the knee. Nothing was more embarrassing than that. You understand?
That's funny.
But those times are long gone. We need God, yes. But as I often say, we're in a room. We're like saints in a room. Darkened room. I would sit down there and pray till the sweat for God to send man of light from heaven. When all that was needed to be done was for one of us to reach up and just hit the switch and turn on the light. We need a commissioner to hit the switch. Right? Somebody who don't have any friend and in the squad with them can go to and say, well, to the boss, I've sinned and give me a chance. Right? These are serious times that call for serious measures. And I don't see anybody, people might be upset with me. Yes, there are some younger men coming up, some men and women coming up who are equal to the task, but they are not yet ready. They are young. They are brilliant police officers. Yesterday, I listened to the swearing on of some police, 200-300 police officers, and listened to the diction of the officers from the training school, and I was shocked. They sound like academics, right? Yeah. Very, very brilliant, very, very articulate. And I know that these people are up and coming, and I'm hoping for the day that they'll take charge. But right now, neither the first or second tier, I'm seeing anybody that have the will to take on what is happening in here.
But you know, right? I know. Say you stay far from the Ministry of Security.
No, listen. You see, from 1993, you know that I was Siaga's bodyguard for 8.5 years, right? Yeah. You see, from Colonel Macmillan called all the policemen that they serve labor rights and all those that they serve PMP, because I'm smart, you know. Yeah. What he did was to send out to the GLP and say, give me a list of all the policemen who are political. And I'm sent to the PMP and asked them to give them all list of those who were political. So all the so-called GLP policemen and all the so-called PMP policemen were called down to Ellison Road at a gigantic meeting. And Colonel Macmillan said, listen, I believe in second chance. I don't know whether what is being said here is true, but I have a list of all of the policemen that they say are political. Some of you appear on 2 lists, right? Yes. On the 2 lists. It's either they are not political or perhaps they are freelancing, right? Yes. Yes. But you see, I was told that in 1993, you don't catch me going and getting involved in any kind of politics or associated with politicians. Not that they're not good, decent politicians, but I don't want my name to be associated. I'm a political fan. I learned my lesson then, and from that on, I was a reformed police officer. Not that I'm working with the Prime Minister for the 8.5 years we were involved in, but we were seen or perceived to be. You can't beat perception, okay?
I know you take sleep on my
head. Turnaround.
Well, all right, the last question, you know. The so-so movement and the state of emergency. How you view them?
Yeah, but hold on. Muta, you don't answer the question they asked about.
The minister, but you see a talk and you can't clear at Siaga.
No, in the
it's come like you move around.
No, I'm not moving around. Let me tell you something. You must have some checks and balances, right? Where the social conscience is not within the organization, you must have a watchdog. And I remember for years, the only watchdog we had was Running Tweets and Public Eye. You understand? You must have somebody where you think about before and think of the consequences of your action before you engage in it. And the Jamaican human rights people were there, right? Flo O'Connor and others to keep us in check. When you have crime fighters, it's all good when people talk about death squads, you know. But you kill a man, right, who, you know, is a murderer and maybe him shoot at you and whatever. But if you continue to do it, the first time it's very difficult, the next time it becomes easier, right? And it is easy to fall into that abyss. So when you start killing innocent people, what are you going to do to the witness? When you start kill criminal elements or you start murder them, what are you going to do to the innocent man who's a witness, a bystander? You're going to kill him too? You set up a chain reaction. And that is why I believe there are some people who have demonstrated over time by their vicious and villainous actions that they are not worthy to remain among us as civil members of the society. But it can't be, I don't believe in either state-sanctioned killings or in the death squad kind of thing.
But we see,
one point that is needed to be made, Muta, if you allow me to say it. You see, when we clean up our act, when we clean up our act in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and increase our capacity to investigate and present cases before the court and secure convictions, where are you going to put the prisoners? Because we're against building prisons.
Maybe we have to go back to Britain for building prison.
1976, what is going to happen? Where are you going to put them?
We have to call upon Britain for building the prison.
Well, all right, Muta. These are food for thoughts, you know. Because we have to think ahead, we have to think outside of the box. But you're asking my last question now, what to think about Zoso?
Zoso and the state of emergency.
You know what I mean? Severe circumstances call for severe measures. And I don't even want to say severe. You see, Muta, what is happening? We know that we know about the social contract, right? Well, as societies develop and we recognize the necessity for our family and our property to be protected, it was necessary to put the strong people in charge of protecting the village, to protecting the community, and so on. And a price had to be paid. Those of us who in those ancient times used to go in the fields and gather or plant or hunt, saw the necessity to protect them against marauders, right? People who invaded and took away the women and children. And there was a cost to pay for that. So those of us who went into the field left something for the ones who were remain at home as payment. And as we develop now, we know that we have to give up certain social rights, right? To have policing in order to secure. That is the price we pay to pay for our democracy or freedom. So now, with all the murders, that couldn't be allowed to continue unabated. So the little inconvenience that many of us face, right? The curtailment of our rights, freedom of movement, freedom of association and all that. The sooner we get the thing together, with everybody jumping on board and supporting instead of some staying one side and criticizing, the sooner this thing get done,
better. Well, give thanks, I mean,
it's a pleasure talking to you,
I know a whole heap of people, but I tell you something. A whole heap of people listen to you and say, we never know the Trinity is still alive.
Trinity alive and well. And when I'm gone, long after I'm gone, the legend will remain.
All right, of course. I mean, I tell you, as a youth,
I'm always a fear, man. And listen to me, I have not gone around and fracture relationship between decent people.
Yes.
My target was always dangerous and vicious gunmen. People might talk about, this one take this life and take that life. It's 5 different times I go near death.
Where you get the word Trinity? Where you get the name Trinity from? Trinity are 3 different places one time.
No, I know where already. No. That comes from the spaghetti movie. It points my death. People used to say that I'm a marksman. I don't know how true that is, but it comes from that.
All right, sir. All right, give thanks.
Give thanks. Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, man, I did. Yeah, that was Keith Gardner, man. Elias Trinity, Assistant Commissioner of the Police, retired attorney of law, Director of Security for the University of the West Indies, giving his really experience and views about things and times and where are going on so now as it relates to the traumatic experience that Jamaica got through.
Sir ISAH LAING in the building. There we go. Bless up. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, sir.
Yeah.
A long time forwarding.
I feel like you are literally a dancehall institution.
Of course, yes.
You are.
ISAH LAING and Sting is synonymous and they're both.
Indeed,
the institutions of dancehall.
And ISAH LAING again is institutional with policing.
Oh yeah, that's pre me. That predate me.
That's true too. You need to read.
Well, I read. I know. I know.
Richie would say that to her because she reads all the time.
Okay. There's a book called Point Blank Range. Have you read that?
No, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Okay.
You need to read it and then you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Well, I hear about your history. I know about your history. That's what, but I was just saying it predate
you just hear one little thing. Read
it.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, like over there, we can't get to find out. I don't know. But it's fair to say you've lived. Basically, 2 more distinct lives, but 2 very distinct lives.
Yes,
that would have
and they run together. Because I've been doing police work since 1976, and I started doing dancehall since 1980.
You have to tell more about the police life. A whole heap of people, probably a whole heap of our viewers don't even know, say you were actually a police, and probably hear it and probably not believe it. And probably think it's a myth. Well, have to talk to you about
fair enough.
So, what age you join or you decide say you want to become a police?
I decided I want to be a police when I was a little boy.
Like everybody.
TV show though.
TV, soldier and police.
Yes, and then I was in school and then saw one of my classmates came back in police uniform and didn't get all the respect in the world. I said, what that kind of respect there?
Woman too? You get woman too though?
Get everything, man. And then furthermore, when I before I joined, I had a nice girlfriend and a policeman took her away.
Wow.
Squaddy.
Speaking of nice females. Just like that.
Just like that, yeah. Because that guy used to dress nice. I used to dress nicely too. But then the man tuck in that like a 38 there, like a slug nose, and them waist. And she said that, gone.
Yo, that inspire nice dressing now. It's like, you know, ram for the snazzy dressing.
Yeah, we no ram from long time, man. You know how much time you have to roll in a long time. I wear 2-piece, you know.
Yeah.
A long time, man. I have to roll in the dirt. Gunshot after me all over. Tear up my jacket, them, man.
So wait, were you a detective? Because
Yes,
usually,
I wore a uniform for like a year and a half.
yeah, okay, so that means like you're a corporal and it.
Yes, I started my thing in the uniform and was the kind of police where them used to run from seeing me in the uniform. I had a badge number 3380. And every time them see me, I used to walk the street of Spanish Town Road, all of the West Kingston area.
Okay.
So when, especially the people at Rose Lane, when it's 3380 I come and appear running.
But tell me the incident where you did have to roll in a your 2-piece, like where were you? What was happening?
That was long after.
Like
jungle now. And those time I was in Denham Town. So I did the work down there. They transferred me up there.
No, but you can't tell me the story. What happened? Oh, you roll, like, oh, you get shoot off, or what was happening?
Them time I was like a detective corporal then.
Okay.
And was wearing my nice jacket suit. I went to court that day too, in particular. And when I came back, they said there was a shooting in Arnett Gardens. So I went around there with a team, my little car. We have Opel, the black Opel them time. You know what Opel car? Yeah.
I've heard.
The Opel. I've heard. When Lang Opel are coming, normally we are come. Lang arm in the front. All right, and so went around there. We ran into the guys who were shooting at some people.
Like actively shooting?
Actively shooting. So they turned the gun on us.
Oh my.
Because most times, Arnett Gardens is my police area, and once something is happening around here, no care what time, if it's day or night, I have to go and defend my people. And anybody in Arnett Gardens will tell you that, no care what time, is coming. Yeah, so I went around there and I turned on the 16-pound house, man. And
like it was literally
like
a movie.
Cowboy. Clothes tear up.
Wait, you didn't decide that maybe I shouldn't wear these like nice suits anymore on the job.
But they did go court, so
that's me.
Okay.
You have to tell about how you first get shot 5 months after you join the force.
Okay, you gotta read some things.
Yeah.
All right, at that time I was in uniform down in Denham Town.
Yeah.
And was walking with 3 soldiers.
Yeah.
That was the rat patrol kind of thing, but we were doing the foot patrol. 3 soldiers. Went all the way down by Coronation Market and went up West Street and make a right turn on Ewood Street. Then we found Rose Lane. I was going up, Matthews Lane it was then. I was going up that lane. But every time we would do that, because it's a constant thing, we would do evening time. So normally when I'm going up, I see the street empty up the top. And look back down the bottom, you see everybody just come out. So it's like they saw us coming, so they disappeared. And then as we go up, they come down the bottom. So I said to the soldier, 2 went one road and 2 of us went another street. And we're going up, so we reach halfway up the street, so we just use a tactical thing and turn back. And I was walking along the wall. When I reached the end of, it was Matthews Lane and Harewood Street. And look, peep around the corner. When I look around, I was looking into 2 eyes.
What's that?
2 eye make force.
Yes, 2 eyes make force. So I pushed this left hand around there and grab onto him. My gun was in my holster at the same time. And at the same time, I heard an explosion, got shot here.
Wow.
So I ease off this and put it on, deal with it in case. The soldier was across the road and even realized when he made the shot them, he understand what was happening.
Yeah.
Because the soldier, we're not that tactical. That's my kind of thing.
Your kind of policing that you did in the 80s, you think it's missing from the force now?
Very much so.
Yeah. But you guys used to violate a lot of human.
I don't think so, I don't think so.
I mean it very respectfully.
No.
But it used to violate human rights. I remember in where the thing, it was in Waterford, there was an incident, it was 7.
Listen
and then
to each his own.
Yeah.
Find them and talk to them. I don't
the policing that really happened in that time, like, where it's, because you say even the JDF, because them usually the ones that shoot first, ask question later, but
it was like that. The soldiers never used to shoot.
Right, wow.
Them always the first, way behind us.
Yeah.
Whereas if we are going forward to somebody, because them have a lot of weight on them bag and pan and thing,
Yeah.
and work accoutrement. But we light, so we run. We run fast.
Yeah.
So I was always ahead of them.
Yeah.
So,
but just overall, like, your kind of policing, is it missing now? Yeah, you think that's one of the...
I know that it is missing.
So,
but then it needs certain directives, and it's not every police can do the work as how it ought to be done.
Yeah.
And I want you to break down.
Sorry.
I was saying, like, break down the kind of policing that it is. Like, what you think it's missing? Because compare
at this stage now, that kind of policing we used to use before, it needs some of it, but more so right now.
Like brute force policing? What you mean?
Brute force.
That's what I said, break it down.
We never used to use brute force, really. Because when we got somebody, we always got the right people.
Okay.
Right? So you're not going to find some little simple people on the road and
harass them.
We don't do that. But right now, as how I see it stand, it needs reasoning. You need to go in the community and reason with the youth.
But that's what I guess the Zozo and the SOE do. Like,
I'm not sure.
No.
I don't know. I'm not doing police work.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
maybe it's happening.
You think there's a way that we could find a balance, like to bring back some of the old school policing with
not
what
necessarily
they have
bring
now.
them back, but at least
Reinforce.
seek the information out of us. We have it.
And I mean, there's always been a distrust between...
listen to this. There's no new thing. Everything that is happening now has happened before.
True.
So if them ask us, just put a scenario in front of me and I'm going to tell you how to handle it because we have done it before. And if government and everybody can see and understand that we are not just here because we wanted to be here. Because no police in Jamaica have been shot at more times than me. And I'm still alive.
Over 60 times?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I'm the more back to when you first get shot. You're 5 months in. When that gone, you say, you never cross a man say, what
this is it.
From police?
I don't know this.
No.
Just to look nice, you know?
No. Them time in a uniform. Guess what? I want to do the work some more.
Yeah.
Get wickeder.
I was going to say that too.
Then remember say you make the first dumpy, so you get bad.
Wait, you ever kill somebody?
Where are you?
I mean,
hold on. I said
story.
I said the man shot me in my hand.
Yeah.
And I took out my gun and I did what I have to do.
Yeah.
So
I think you just get shot too.
Excuse Ari.
Hello. We're gonna do a compilation Ari serious questions and that we're gonna do. Mark this down in there.
R.I.P. Wait, you know what I want to ask? I've never really asked a police this. So let me ask you on camera. Like when you have to use force like that, deadly force like that, how you feel after? Like
when you know you're right in yourself, your spirit, you're just good. You feel good. I sleep good. I never have a sleepless night because of shooting someone.
Yeah.
Because either them shoot. If you shoot after me, I'm going to shoot back at you.
So there you go.
Yep.
Kill or be killed.
True.
In them situations.
And the story that.
How many people you kill?
You will not hear that. More than your age, for sure. I double.
How she look? How she look?
Me asking that?
Yeah, how she look?
Or 3?
Good answer.
Okay. 3 times 10.
Johnny said 3 times 10.
So apparently the second time we get shot now was by a friend. You have to tell me that story though.
Yeah, the second shot was not by a friend, by an accident, by a police.
By a police?
You did I clean him gun?
No, went on a raid. And it happened accidentally. That's what they said. So I just hold it.
You never believe it at the time?
Up to now, I still have 1% for myself, and I give him 99.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm sure you could snuff bad when you did it.
You shoot them, not me.
Like, you put it that.
That's a serious thing. That was an M16 rifle. And that. lick me and it show me like where those people are over there.
Oh my.
You know, you watch cowboy show and see cowboy a fly.
Yeah.
And you get shot. It's true. It's true.
What was it, a leg?
No, straight through my hip and show me how a pitch me. M16 rifle is not a normal rifle.
Wow.
And they were from desert.
No, man, the desert I third time, man.
Third time that.
How many? That's
You've
a
been shot
lot of
3 times.
times.
3 times. Hey.
That's scary.
Very much so. The desert was right here. See, desert mark here and here.
Oh, God.
Oh, in your head,
Yeah,
near
you're
your
not going to
head.
get that.
That's just graze.
Graze, yeah.
Yeah.
And that I want know. What happened then?
That
What's
was
desert?
like from
Eagle.
Desert Eagle.
Sure,
The
I
most
know
one
what
of the
that
most
is.
powerful handgun. And the M16 at that time was the most powerful
Listen,
rifle.
I
we
don't
had
play
here.
GT. I don't have no guns. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
Google
about the third time now.
Yeah.
What was that incident?
Long story. Guess what?
Desert.
Went to a house in Bull Bay. And it's like I was on an investigation. Something else. Something happened. They broke I was stationed at Matskana. They broke a house and took out a gun and 400 rounds from a diplomat house up there.
Wow.
So I got some intelligence that the lady that does it is somewhere in Ho Chi. But I don't know where in Ho Chi. I know that the girl mentioned had a friend in Bull Bay. So I said, let me go out there and get some information and from that lady to see if I could get close to where that girl is. And I went out there. I saw the girl, spoke to her. She never gave me any information. But then she have a brother. That's a dangerous guy. So I went to that house too. Because the girl is the girlfriend of the brother. So I went in that house. When I went, it was about 7 o'clock or about 5 past 7. 7 o'clock news was reading. Saw 2 guys sitting in the living room. And the guys had, like, they were sleeping. Appear as if they were sleeping.
Yeah.
So when we knock on, we wake them up. We say, I'm going like, So I say, something not right. I smell ganja was smoking. I saw ashtray in the room. I took up the ganja. They bought it, hold it, but it was still warm.
Yeah.
So you know, say just
So I
put
know.
on.
So when they feel it warm now, I know that trigger me. There's something wrong now.
Yeah.
So I brought the sister, the girl from next door. I brought her over that house. So I put her in front of me and started go up the house, upstairs. When I went upstairs, I saw the brother, the boyfriend of the girl that I'm looking for, coming downstairs. He's a bad man too, you know. And because he's a bad man and he never come downstairs, I know say something further wrong. So he start help me to search the entire house. Nobody nothing there. Lift up the mattress and everything.
Start help you.
Help me to search. Nobody
I
do
got
this.
you,
Yeah, but that
Yeah, man.
that never determined me a minute. So
You just keep in front there.
yes, all the way. So I opened the back door. I'm a goat on the back patio. I saw that there, it was some apartment buildings, you know. As I could step over this from this apartment to the other apartment. So, common sense chip in. I put 2 of my police, now go over here so and walk over that and show me how easy it is. So I just go back downstairs. Them time, just came off leave from this gunshot, you know, so I couldn't do that. So I went back downstairs. When I reached the next house where I went, I saw a lady and 2 people, a girl and a boy, 2 children. And the lady said to me, "Sir, a man just gone inside my house and I don't know him." She said that. But I'm saying if she had said, "A man gone in my house and him have a gun," it would have helped me much more.
Yeah.
So I just came off, like as I said, I just came off that. And I don't want them to think me like kill people and shoot people. So I said, let me go. And we went upstairs. When I went upstairs with one of my other police, he went straight inside the room. Whilst I was going behind him, I heard the same 2 police I sent around. The outside door was locked. So they were knocking for me to let them in. So I ran, let them open the door. And by the time I reached back to go inside, I heard Mr. Blake say, "See the blood clot, boy, yeah." So, but we hear that, I run, because I expect to hear explosion.
Yeah.
I never heard anything. I put it in my left foot and then I take it out back. And I put my hand, I stop at the door jam like this and put my hand around there and say, I see him. Blake was pointing his gun at him.
Yeah.
Because we never seen a gun, so nobody now go shoot him.
Yeah.
So, I have my gun and say, pussy not try nothing. Yeah, man, exactly so.
But he did.
I have my gun and point on a boy like this. And he might wait on me if he step in.
Yeah.
And when he realized, me just be able to look around here and I said, round the corner like this and it's just in touch here, and here, so.
Oh, gosh.
I heard one shot. I don't know if he fired 2 or 3 or 4, but I heard one. When I heard that first shot, I'm going to do this, my hand full of blood. I get shot in the head and I'm still conscious. And just when they start thinking that the police that me let in, I come and I use the left hand and carry him behind me and start deal with him case. Because it was firing wide. He couldn't shoot me again.
Yeah.
This police had gone, him would have dead.
You know what deal with him case mean, right?
Yeah,
Alright, that's alright.
From now on, deal with him case.
So anybody feel no type of wooziness or not like when
No.
Adrenaline.
Frightened. But me say, my
Still I do my job.
My thing, if you shoot me, I always say, if you shoot me, I gotta shoot you back.
Yeah.
See him, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the mentality.
Yes, I strongly believe this.
It's so juvenile. If you shoot
Juvenile.
like me lick back.
Yeah, no, say go. Same way, it's true.
You could another think for do it. I'm gonna do first.
At the train.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Now serious.
So I mean, so that's why you pretty much spent 5 years in the force and say, let me go to music.
20.
At 20, but you started sting though in the 80s, right? 84. So that was
started in 96 in the force, 76 in the force.
76, yeah.
Right. So okay.
I will stay until 96.
96.
Yeah,
but
then push me out.
Then push you out.
Why?
Because you couldn't.
Long story again.
No, tell the story. We're here for the stories. We're here for the stories.
Podcast for
We're man say him no want no police like this. He want me the top man in a force. I'm phone him too loud. Me and bigger force. So him have to pressure me. Simple. We're not gonna further that. But there's more to it. I can't get into that right now.
That sound like politics.
Yeah. And I am not a politician.
You made that very clear. Yo, part-time, you miss them there? You miss those days? There's a part of you miss them?
Yeah, because guess what? If I were in force now, the crime rate could never be like this.
You feel so?
Me know that.
You won?
No, because when we move, the force move with me.
People move with it.
Acid. A lot of people don't know. I farm acid. I wrote that.
I'm assuming it's a squad. Like
that squad. Yeah, and that squad take care of Jamaica for a while. Because it was like, what you call it now? Operation before that, with that breakup, and then we saw the need for something like that.
Yeah.
We brought it back.
I mean, how many human rights did you violate with acid?
Why the one is human rights healing?
Right?
None.
That is why them disband, because there was always most that read well. Why? What was the reason?
No, just is all them always serve for a period of time. They never last.
That makes sense. Okay.
But they do their job.
Yeah.
Bun skin.
What do you say was the person with the baddest reputation that they ever go after?
The most wanted criminal?
Not the Chris.
Not the Chris are the man. But Natty Morgan and I, we had a little run through one day. But we killed one of them boy them. And it's like the day before that, before I got shot in my back. the Natty saga was down in Riverton City. And the following morning, M60, that day, a policeman fired. It was like me destined to get shot by police then time. An helicopter came overhead.
You think?
Yeah. A helicopter came overhead and I saw the police uniform foot. The man foot in a uniform. My man point M16 down on us. And turn it on, you know.
Yeah.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah, him shoot.
Yeah, because we were going up the river, and whilst we go up the river, you know, we saw, because them said them gone. I know something, just my common sense is one of them boy must know the water, you know. The same water that runs from 6 Mile come down. Yeah. And when I go up the river, master, it's like, me just see the man there. I don't know if him salt or what. Just when we reach them, him just come out, he have a straw in his mouth. He just come out with the water. With his gun in his hand. And that was it, you know. The water turned red right now.
Oh my God.
Him did that drone.
And just by doing that,
Didn't quite
by the
get it
time
right.
we do that, the helicopter just come right over. Thought it was them, not the mag and them.
Yeah.
Down there. And the police, them turn. And the M16, one big tree was right there.
Oh my God.
That tree saved us.
So nobody did communicate?
I jumped behind the tree and grabbed one of the police and ex-police grabbed them and we suck on the tree. The whole of the side of the tree to the helicopter shoot up. You know?
You Mr. Lang, nobody never communicate with them so them wouldn't know.
No, it happened so fast.
Yeah.
Once they hear the gunshot down there, they thought they would never know.
Imagine. Really.
Yeah.
So when they
we were
suppose
in
them
plain
be
clothes, you know.
killing, they would have just said, oops. Like
Yeah,
that was...
that tell you, we were in plain clothes, so they wouldn't know that.
But you see, oh my God.
Jaja.
That
And then no.
Take cover.
communication, police in green or police in red
It
or
happened
orange
so
or
fast. The guy
something.
them just robbed on Spanish Town Road and ran over. So we went down there. So them called helicopter and helicopter came over. But some of them had gone across already.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, part of a portion of communicate. When I was going though, I saw
This is a
policeman.
Marvel.
I heard a lot of gunshot and I said, like a policeman from out there run towards me, you know. I said, no, go around there. I never beat some can of time, you know.
With the police, I say, oh, nah, girl.
No, him run gone, so I'll know him not come back.
I have a family.
I'm a running
have
the thing.
Oh, was it with him in the force
God.
after that? Like, you never tried him and say,
No,
hey,
I'm
what
not
are
too
you-
sure. But I
You
don't
never
know
call
him.
runner boy?
I don't really know him. One can slim one and then kind of body too. Not them time.
Man say I got a
He's a mechanical
family.
name for himself. But never mind. God.
Gone.
So we did finally nab
No,
Natty
sir.
Chris now. Because before that, you know, like, you must shoot after a couple times. Well.
Holy pattern. 19 times him shoot after me.
Jesus, you took count?
Well, a
Then we
night.
have to, because we have to make record right in that diary down Admiral Town, man.
Okay.
The whole log.
A lot.
Yeah. Or the closest him ever get to actually shooting you, that's if you can recall.
One morning about 4:30 or 4 o'clock.
Time.
About 4 a.m. And some soldier again. When I drive, and we see two boys along Pensa Street. Them get up with two handgun. But we come out so fast and them frightened. You know, stick up them gun and then I run. So we run a cross section to kind of cut them off. Me and them meet on Penn Street together. By the time I turn for fire upon them go across the road, gone up a top jungle. I run again, so I go meet up for them. I run, I go up. I just hear one gunshot like, wow, I come down and I come back at me. I stop on the wall. There's like a van park in the pathway with that stone catch the tire. And the man I shot the stone on my foot. My eyes, I hardly could have see, so I squeeze and look. Come see the continuous red light, my fire upon automatic. That tells me I'm 16 rifle in my fire. And
So a rubble and thing a fly up in there.
yeah, man. So, I just easy tell them to shut them down. When I not see no more light, turn on my gun up there and left him. But if you just wait and give me 2 seconds,
Yeah.
my dad right panning gun nozzle. But him so afraid of me that him don't want me come nowhere close to him.
There's no fear in you though. That really, there's no fear in you.
No.
None.
And I want to
Crazy.
know what instilled fear in them. Like, what them did know about you.
Them say me I drink rum and milk. Yeah, the book will tell you that. And them start drink rum and milk too. And this boogie, you know, little boogie, He's here now. Went to prison. They shoot at me. They fire about 300 rounds at us one Sunday afternoon.
All at 300.
Yeah, a whole leap around more than 300.
Wow.
And not catch you know.
No, the car get shut up. We roll out of the car and left them.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah. Nah, man, the car shut up about 5 shots in the car, man. I don't know how none of them get shot.
Yeah.
Wow. We come out when we get out of the car, leave around there, no? At that time, gunshot fire blast. I don't know who they were shoot after. If I care, they were still try to shoot. So little Boogie, I hold him about a week after. And him tell me everything what happened that day.
Interrogate him?
Yeah, man, and charge him for shooting.
Yeah.
Tell him admit to him, 7 years and get for.
He was in a dark room with one light?
No, listen to me. You never even need to do nothing to him. Just tell me.
Oh, wow.
Him say Natty Chris. Every time I name call Natty Chris roll, I'm here tell and him poop.
One get bubble
That's
guts.
the man. We are telling the truth. Every time your name call Natty Chris belly roll and him poop. That's the kind of fear we drive with a youth, man.
That must make you feel like a certain air invincibility.
Yeah.
I guess them fear you, and you probably know that.
Yeah.
You probably carry that today in any situation you're going afraid.
Trust me, no, man.
I mean, you eventually got the respect that you wanted, eh?
Listen, I work for no respect, you know, I work for the people them around at Jonestown, you know. But when they demand certain things, we just have to do it.
Yeah.
Because one day Natty shoot at us. He was on a wall and shoot at us, and when him ran off, we saw rum and milk on the wall.
I said it was an
I'm not telling you about everything we do.
You're an influencer. You were an influencer. You were an influencer.
You want to be like Link.
You know, what I want to know, like, have you, like, you say you put some of them in jail and whatever, and then come out, like, was there ever a relationship then that you can kind of like them kind of say, well, all right, we're done with the badness, but let's be friends now and pals or play dominoes together?
That's true. No, I mean, I play no domino. Domino is not my game. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
But hear what? I sent 4 guys to prison in 1984. Yeah, for murder. They were sentenced to hang.
Oh.
And they appeal and they commute them to life. One of them named Fire is in St. Elizabeth now, jerking fish and them so fish. Him came back. Him did 27 years.
Wow.
And when he came back, him come check me. Yeah, me give him a start.
Yeah. Really?
And him tell me say one of the guys wasn't there that day when the murder committed. They did the murder. He said one of the 4 wasn't there, but him guilty of the murder.
No, you never do one.
We catch you.
That one. And he might very well see this interview and come find me, because I don't know if I find him. He always check me and give him something.
Yeah.
Up to last year.
So, I mean, I know most of them, it's difficult for them to transition into, I guess, normal society. So you're pretty much there to offer some helping hand, like probably it's a recommendation. Like you tell the people that if the employer say he needs to commit crimes, but don't look away. Like that's what you tell them.
No, I have a way of dealing with it.
Okay.
I have a different way of dealing with them, because my respect is there, because they know that I'm involved in a lot of fatal shooting, and they always say the guys who get killed is always the right people. You know, like some innocent people get killed.
No, yeah.
All right, so I never normally have a problem there with them.
With the people who went to prison and come out, former criminals.
But everybody that I sent to prison was always guilty.
No, I was saying like the employers, and when them come out of prison and I try to make them way in a regular life, like
one and 2 of them asked me for recommendations,
right?
I didn't choose who.
Yeah, so right, that's the question. To like how you pick and choose, like you kind of know if they've reformed in prison and.
No, I can't know if they reform in prison. But most time they come to me, and I'm always trying to help them. At my office, my office was like a police station. My private office.
Oh, like Supreme Promotions office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Used to be a police station. Everybody come there.
Okay.
They report.
Yeah, their own separate office.
Yes.
That you set up. Shit.
Trust me,
Might as
on
well.
a Friday evening, you'll see everybody from down a jungle come for Sunday dinner. Most of the youth them.
Wow.
And you cannot give them something.
Yeah.
You look out in the office, man. When I look at my camera and look at my office. You know, when it hurt, when I have no money that Friday there. Let me tell you how bad man operate. Bad man operate from Thursday to Saturday. They might go rob, they might get food. They will eat chicken back and they will eat mackerel and don't eat for the week. But you see when Sunday come, rice and peas and chicken have to eat. Good. Then pick me, I forget that. So remember the robbery turn up from Thursday. I don't know if most police understand the psyche of them. But we know so it go.
And you feel that it was the same for them time than the same for now?
Then not just say there's nothing new. Yeah.
I just today witness one robbery today, like literally today we witness a robbery. It's Tuesday.
Well, maybe nowadays them rob every day.
Exactly.
No, man.
Today
at Christmas time.
It's like them used to have more reverence with church. At
Christmas
them
time.
have reverence with church and them thing no more. Yeah?
You believe in capital punishment?
I am eye for an eye. Yeah.
So you think that we should reinstitute?
Let me tell you, if you shoot me, I go shoot you.
So would you? I mean, but you know, we don't have it in our I guess law books anymore with the hanging and killing or whatever capital punishment. But you think that they should reintroduce it? And do you think that capital punishment reduce or is a deterrent for crime?
You know, we really want to touch a subject there. Don't leave it alone.
Okay. Leave it alone.
You tell you all them story I run. You tell you all them story I run. I'm not take if you run and I don't. I feel like say you're one of them. I say, don't make me run and I don't like to run.
I know that. It's true, man.
You never look like you run fast.
No, but you have to run, man. Trust me, that the man have to run.
Yeah.
Them if the other boy, them come and turn and they try them up on me one day. It's when we reach on the bottom, the soldiers, they take first precaution, lay down on the ground. Me have run down and I say, come, we lose.